Well, hi, and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is Senior Sales Director Jordan Eicher calling in with your Wednesday wisdom from Charlotte, North Carolina. Today, I want to give you a list of 8 diseases to avoid in your Mary Kay business and really in your life. You know, so much of what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur in Mary Kay is positive thinking. So much of what we do is all about our mindset and how positively we can see each day, each situation, each opportunity, each obstacle, each person, each moment that we come across. But there are these diseases that sometimes plague beauty consultants and women, and even me sometimes. And so I want to bring these things into your awareness so that little alarm bells go off when you start to catch yourself thinking or feeling any of these 8 things. I want little alarm bells to go off today, and I want you to really take captive these diseased thought patterns and habits so that you can replace them with positive ones for your own growth and your own success. So the first disease I want you to avoid is the disease called complaining. That's number 1. Yes, there is no shortage of things to complain about, especially during a global pandemic, especially when A, B, C, D, E, F, you fill in the blank. There could be obstacles. There could be people. There could be product shortages. There could be difficult relationships. There could be whiners. There could be struggles. There could be calendar challenges. There could be disappointment. Complaining is so easy. And I think sometimes we don't even realize how much we do it. Today, if you catch yourself complaining, I want that little alarm bell to go off because complaining is like a cancer. It spreads. Once you start complaining to someone, that person starts complaining back to you. And when you two leave that conversation, you complain to the next person you both see, and the cycle continues. It is a cancer to avoid. So today, choose to catch yourself when you begin to complain and say, stop it, self, and choose a positive path for your mind and your words instead. Because just like complaining spreads, positivity spreads in the same way. So it's your choice. Number 2 disease to avoid in your business and your life is gossiping. You know, this is just straight up biblical truth that gossiping, talking negatively about somebody else, about somebody's situation, about somebody's life that doesn't involve you is just a cancer. It's something that festers and breeds and grows roots and begins to create evilness inside of you and inside of others, inside of the hearer. It's nasty. It's one of those silent killers that once you start doing it, it just becomes easier and easier and easier to keep doing it. And you don't realize that the person you're gossiping about is not the one being hurt as much as you. In Mary Kay, we are a sisterhood of women supporting women. We are a group and a organization that has always prided ourselves on being obedient to and having our heart tuned to biblical truth. And that's the history of our company. And as we bond together as faith-filled women who refuse to gossip about one another, then people who come into our organization who love gossip and who want to spread those cancers will naturally weed themselves out, or they will become changed even better by our positive influence. So if somebody wants to gossip to you today, find a way to politely and kindly tell them that you're not the person who's going to be the listening ear, that you don't want any of that poison dripped into your body. It is so important, and I really believe in this area that the way you treat others is the way they will treat you. If people know that you're not going to gossip about them, they are not going to gossip about you. If women know that you're not going to listen when they want to gossip, They're going to find somebody else to try to tell, and I promise you will be healthier in mind, body, and spirit for not having participated. The number 3 disease for you to avoid today and in your business is envy. Envy. When you are just jealous over something that somebody else has achieved or possesses, or something somebody else, the way she looks, the way her family looks, what she's doing, what her business has going on that you don't have. When we just lust and envy after what someone else has, that is a cancer. And all it does is create little baby diseases like resentment and bitterness and judgment. And ultimately, it leads us down a path of feeling depressed and feeling unworthy. Nobody can lead a business and serve customers from a place of joy when they're feeling depressed and unworthy. You know, when you start to feel those twinges of jealousy or envy, the best thing to do is go back to your gratitude list, to start observing in your own life the things that you are grateful for, the things and the gifts that God has given you, specifically you and your life and your body and your circumstances and your family and your spiritual gifts, so that you can turn from a position of wanting to a position of worship. The number 4 disease that goes right along with envy is comparing. Comparing. This is something we talk about constantly in Mary Kay. If you go to any Mary Kay conference, if you attend a success event, it's likely that you'll hear somebody repeat the fact that comparing ourselves is one of the biggest killers in our business, that we should never compare our beginning to somebody else's middle or somebody else's end result, that we should never compare our journey to the woman's journey beside us or to the woman's journey who's teaching us or to anybody else's, because that's God's individual life path for each woman. And He's the one weaving the tapestry that at the end of our lives will be this beautiful picture of the life that He created for us to live. When we compare ourselves, we always come up short. What happens is we're usually comparing somebody's greatest natural God-given talents and strengths with our inabilities, with our greatest areas for improvement, with our greatest weaknesses. And we are never going to win that war. We are never going to win that comparison game. And so when you do that, you're just shortchanging yourself, and it's an unhealthy habit. So catch yourself today. You know, unfortunately, one of the greatest breeding grounds for comparison is social media. So if you start to feel unworthy, unfollow that woman. If you start to scroll her feed and you feel lesser than and you feel defeated before you've even begun, click mute. You know, you have to take those steps for yourself and not compare yourself, because I promise you, your success is hidden in your daily routine. And if constantly comparing yourself throughout the day is part of your routine, you are sabotaging your own success. Number 5, the disease to avoid in our business and our life is consuming. Consuming. So this could take multiple applications in your life. You might be somebody who you literally are just buying too much to run your business and not managing your money well. Maybe you're overstocking on gift wraps and customer service custom inserts for your goodie bags and tools and organizers that you really don't need, because you're afraid to actually start doing the real work of talking to people and doing face-to-face and virtual appointments and doing the hard things like making booking attempts. Maybe you're consuming to avoid, and you just want to, you know, make yourself feel as if you're furthering your business by buying and organizing and preparing and learning and consuming. That can be a disease in your business, because action and doing the things that we fear the most are the things that are going to propel us forward to our next growth level. Another way you could just be consuming too much is by continually learning without acting on what you now know. Consuming too much education, watching too many videos on Mary Kay in Touch, reading too many articles from the Mary Kay blog, listening to too many podcasts about entrepreneurship without any action, consuming without putting into action the new nuggets that you learn within 24 to 48 hours, that kind of consumption will never change your success. It will never change your behavior. When you learn something new and you circle it and you highlight it and you memorize it, you've got to put that new knowledge into action fast so that it becomes a new part of who you are, so that you can prove to yourself that you didn't just hear it, that you did it. So don't fall to the disease, the cancer of being a consumer. Be a doer and then a giver. Number 6, disease to avoid today is doubt. Doubt. My mom, emeritus executive elite national sales director Kathy Halou, would always say, when you doubt, you go without. Maybe your mom said that to you. Maybe your pastor says that to you. When you doubt, you go without. She also used to say, don't dig up in doubt seeds that were planted in faith. So maybe you felt like you had a new dream and a new goal for this year, and those seeds were planted in faith, in your prayer time, in your journal time, in your quiet time, in your calling on God's calling on your life, in your kickoff event with your sales director, whatever it might have been. You had seeds planted in faith, and throughout these recent days, you've been starting to doubt. You've been digging up those seeds, thinking of reasons why you may not be able to do it, reasons why other people are making it difficult, reasons why your circumstances are making it hard. You're doubting what you heard in faith, and when you doubt, you go without. Faith is such a huge piece of an entrepreneur's life. Having faith in yourself, having faith in the Lord's calling on you, having faith in the process of what the business is that you are running. Our process is so simple. It's make a connection with somebody. It's show and tell about our products. It's offer them the chance to purchase. It's show and share about our opportunity. And it's follow up with love and care. That is our process. So don't doubt the process. Just work the process, because when you doubt, you go without. And when you walk in faith, that's where miracles happen. And I know you want miracles in your life and in your business. The number 7 disease to avoid is fear. Fear, if you imagine those letters, FEAR, they stand for false evidence appearing real. Fear is a mirage. Fear is an emotion. It's a feeling. It's fake news. Fear is fake news, because when we face what we fear the most, the fear disappears like a scary boogie monster, and when you lift up the dust ruffle on the bed, there's no one there. And so fear is something that you and the Lord have to overcome together. And I always say the practical side of that, outside of prayer for bigger faith and greater confidence and boldness, the opposite of fear is action. It's when you do the thing you fear the most that the fear dissipates. It's when you let the fear have the power and you shy away and you hide from the things you don't want to do that the fear gains traction. The last disease to avoid, the last cancer, is hate. Hate is the opposite of love. Hate is the opposite of compassion. Hate is the opposite of self-care. Hate, whether you hate something about yourself, whether you hate something in your life, whether you feel hatred towards a situation, towards a relationship, hate is the greatest cancer of all to avoid. And the only thing that can combat hate is truly love. And so focus on love today. February is a month of love. And so how can you focus on spreading love and giving love today? Because these ways of negative thinking will destroy you. Even one of these things can really cripple you from the success that is waiting for you in this amazing company with this opportunity. But turning any one of those things around gives you the fruits of God's Holy Spirit. It gives you love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and gentleness and faithfulness and self-control. So I wish you these amazing fruits of the Spirit today. I want your alarm bells to go off and for your spirit to become tuned to the things that are going to make you your healthiest, most successful entrepreneurial yourself today. And I know that you are the girl for this job. God bless you, and I'll be back with you again next Wednesday. Bye-bye.